Roger, Roger, 10-4.
Roger, Roger.
How is the cargo doing? Are you looking after the second jet skiing convoy?
Yeah, the front track came a little bit loose, but I readjusted that, and we're sat here all waiting for your arrival into Torquay.
Welcome back to another episode, guys. Now this video is a crossover video because we are on our way down to Exmouth with the XPDI 2003 on the back. Now this is going in because he's a little bit poorly. There's an error message that keeps coming up which has been giving me trouble. The red light of doom, if you like. So that's going in to have a diagnostics check. But being cheeky, we're coinciding it with the first ride on the waveraider. We got the Yamaha on Monday. So
Have you been after one of these for ages?
And what better way to do it than to try and take it wave jumping? For me, I've never been on a Yamaha. It will be a great opportunity for me to see how the Yamahas compare to Sea-Doo, and hopefully by the end of the day, I've got some feedback from JJB Marine. I know JJB, you think of a sports store if you're in the UK. Well, it's not, it's a Marine, JJB Marine. So hopefully they can give me some feedback about what my error message is, and the red light goes away. They're gonna plug it in, give me some diagnostics. If they fix it in a day, then that'll be amazing. If they fix it in half a day, then we'll go and get the jet ski, hopefully put it in the sea. My dad's coming with me today to Wingman, and I've got my wing woman as always, Megan, my girlfriend, my partner in crime. So she's gonna hopefully go on the jet ski and she can give some honest feedback about the Yamaha as well.
But I'm not wave jumping.
Yeah, she's not gonna
I didn't know we were wave jumping.
She's not gonna wave jump, she doesn't like wave jumping. She's more,
sit down and hold on.
Yeah, exactly. So we're on our way now down to Exmouth. It's about an hour and a half from Bristol here in the UK. So yeah, let's get this journey done. One quick thing as well that I've noticed, I haven't towed my DI for about 2-3 weeks, and I've been towing all these old skis, so the 1991 XP and this waveraider, and honestly it is night and day in terms of the trailer. The trailer I've got on this one, obviously because it's my baby, is a much newer trailer than the other trailers I've got. So all of the bearings and the suspension, it is bliss. It is quiet, we've had no squeaking. So I'm going to enjoy the ride down and then hopefully enjoy my ride and get some information. So let's get on down there. So we got a ticket, 7 minutes past 12. That's about, well, 13-14 hours. Is that enough time? So let's go investigate. We've got a nice big slipway. So this is the first time skiing at Exmouth, so I don't really know what to expect. So we have to just be a little bit sensible and careful. We've got the Yamaha ready, the DI's gone in, so now I can relax and have some fun. We're gonna get changed and we're just waiting for the tide to come in a little bit more. As you can see now, it's slowly coming up the slipway because there's algae at the bottom. We obviously don't want my dad's van. It might be good for YouTube, but I don't think it'll be that good for him if the van sank. So we'll wait for it to come a bit higher. I'll just carry it down. Whoa. We have to just be a little bit sensible and careful.
You alright?
So we're now setting up camp for a little bit because A, the tide's too low and Dad nearly just broke his arm. Come into the boudoir. literally my first ride ever on a Yamaha, and this ski, to be fair, had potentially not been ridden in around 12 months from what the previous owner had said. It'd been started and obviously I knew that it ran, but putting it on the sea for the first time was generally quite an apprehensive process because there's so many things that can go wrong, from the carb needing resetting to, you know, tight steering cables to the ski taking on water. A whole host of things that you really don't know until you start getting it on the water, how the throttle's going to respond, is it boggy? And to my surprise, give it 5 minutes of literally just idle, ticking it over, moving along super slowly, nothing excessive, and built into some steady acceleration and then cornering, and the ski immediately just, you know, felt at home. I could just tell immediately there was that inherent power with that 1100cc engine, and also as well, turning wise, I could immediately tell this particular Yamaha, the waveraider, 100% handles different to my Sea-Doos. Now at this point in the warm-up, obviously I was desperate to open the ski up, but I was trying to restrain myself, because the thing is with these old skis, the old components, if they haven't been rid for a while, you want to make sure everything's lubricated and just generally make sure that you don't cause any damage for a ski this essentially coming up to 20 years old. However, I'd be lying if I was to say that I wasn't super excited at this stage. Obviously, I'd only rode Sea-Doos to this point, and I could just feel the raw power underneath me. Now in 1995 and 96, they had a 700cc and a 1100cc, so this is the big brother, if you like. So I knew that this ski would be quick, but I could just feel the power underneath me, even with just blipping the throttle. But for me, I wanted to get this warm-up done thoroughly, so I could be confident that by the time I was opening up the ski and really pushing it, I'd give it the thorough warm-up that it needed. And also as well, I wanted to get it back into the shoreline, check there was no water in the engine bay, give my dad the thumbs up, because there's nothing worse if you're the person standing on the shoreline and you just want to know if the ski's performing or not, because for every good ride on an old classic ski, you also get the dud rides where we've all been there. You keep coming in and out of the shore and something's not working correctly. But at this point, it was just a case of one more check, and then I was super excited to just send it. I just want to check the engine to check there's no water in it.
literally at this point I was buzzing. I went over towards the other side of the island where the waves were literally just starting to break over the sandbank, and oh my god, I caught just a few tiny waves, and as soon as I got the bug, wow. What I can say is this waveraider, the title doesn't lie, it actually jumps the waves incredibly. It stays nice and flat, the nose doesn't pitch up, and yeah, really I was just on the hunt for some bigger waves. point, I thought it was only fair. I went back in to let my dad have a go. He'd literally been standing on the shoreline so patiently, bless him. And obviously he's had skis years and years ago, but this would have probably been the first time my dad would have rode a ski. Maybe he would have had a go when we've been on holiday with the family or something. So it was just amazing just to see my dad jump back on a two-stroke, you know, blitz out there. It's like riding a bike. And I was absolutely knackered at this point. And then when my dad came back in, I was desperate to get both of us on the ski, see how it handled, see how this waveraider fared with my dad and me on it. Tried to go for me on the front and my dad on the back, but we tipped off kind of, I think, 3 or 4 times doing it that way. I don't think he was super keen with the prospect of me blitzing along.
We would have done it, I just didn't know if you were on.
Yeah, it was on.
Let's go again then. This is part of it, mate.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Ready? We're gonna just go, alright?
Yeah, we just got loaded.
Once we finally managed to get on the ski and got going, it was a little bit tentative. We nearly went off a few times, as you can see. We managed to get all the way over to the first bank, which I guess is kind of like 600-700 meters away. Turned it back around, and Dad was quite keen for him to switch and him drive. And then if I was to fall off, I could literally climb back on. It'd be much easier to get back in.
Yeah, because otherwise it will hit the ground. Yeah, because otherwise it will hit the ground. Dad! No, get on it now! Not having that, you're not that old. Come on. First ride out on the waveraider and we jumped some waves. However, getting it in at the end was a little bit of a nightmare. I'm not going to lie, me, Meg and my dad were like, "Eeho," like fighting against it to get it on. Down there is so rough. So lesson to me, a winch is so important. I mean, I've got one on my DI, but on this one, we don't have one. So literally, the waves were basically picking the ski up and throwing it across the trailer. The trailer was moving, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, first good ride out. Did some little donuts on it, jumped some of the waves. I can see, to be fair, why they call it the waveraider, because it is very stable and good on the waves. But yeah, it was good.
How does it compare to Sea-Doo?
Well, the jury's not out yet because we've not compared to Sea-Doo. I've not actually taken my DI wave jumping yet, so I can't give a fair comparison. But from what I've seen so far, it's all pretty good. So top tip, bring your own hose and one of these adapters, which allow you to screw onto pretty much any water source, and you can flush your pipe out before you get back. So if you're like me, you don't have to worry all the journey home. You've got salt left in there. We're taking advantage of the dog watering. That sits somewhere like